So as every sugar maker knows, there's two seasons, sugar season and get ready for sugar season. And well, part of that, when sugar season's over and everything's cleaned up, well, it's firewood season. So kind of starting on it today. I got a load from one of the guys at work. He cuts trees on the side, so I got a load from him, but then the neighbor wants some trees cut too, so I'm going to take advantage of those trees. But the woodshed is got one row. That was a row that was in the middle of the sugar house. I restacked it because it's been there 3 or 4 years, so I've got quite a bit to get filled in here. But today I'm going to start cutting some trees down. I kind of forgot about my camera, so I already cut one big beech tree down, which they're pretty well good just to burn, not really anything else other than feeding deer. But I've already got my saw stuck, which that kind of made me think, oh, I probably ought to have the camera so I can catch all the screw ups that I do too. But I'm going to get the tractor going. I should be able to pick that thing up. I did get my hydraulics put on that the other day. I was going to make a video, but it was one of those that there was going to be too much involved, too much moving around, and I just didn't feel like videoing it at the end of the day. So get the tractor over there. So hydraulics on the tractor, third SCV, that one is electronic, runs off the thumb button. And then I've got fourth and fifth. Those are manual valves that I run off the levers here. So I don't really need them now, but like on my snowblower, when those electronic actuators crap out, I'm gonna switch over to hydraulic just so that I don't have to worry about electronics getting bad. But well, it's with the grapple on that thumb button, that's nice. One of the advantages to running the end hooks on your lateral lines is able to take this one down that's right behind the sugar house, and it's just coiled up there. So that'll sit there, and then I can put it right back up. But I'm going to be able to drive the tractor through over to cut down these trees here. So I've got there's like a little ditch that goes down through between the two properties. So I've got a handful on this side. I'm going to get these cut, and then I can bring them back over through mine without having to go out around on the road. And then there's a bunch further over that I'll just have to go around with, but for now, probably get the chainsaw out of the tree. There's one down. That was a big one and it had a bunch of top to it, which the rest of these aren't as bad with how much top they have, but they've got a bunch. But it gave me a decent pile of firewood. Trouble is there's just a lot of small roundwood, but see if I can get one more of these down, maybe two, before we gotta go to dinner at the Outlaws tonight. just finished up tree number 2. There's some decent wood here, but there's a bunch of small little stuff that'll just kind of fill in, which is kind of a pain, but it's hard to throw it on the brush pile too. So, but that's 2 trees worth. I was able to just sneak it around the end of this main line. That's put away, but now it's time to go and do a little Mother's Day stuff because, well, that's how you keep in good graces, is you got to make their day once in a while. So we'll pick this one up the next time I'm back doing firewood. Well, I'm back. It's been, I don't know, 3 weeks since I started doing firewood. I showed you guys kind of cutting some trees down, but I didn't really show much splitting because of just the way it was going. I was in a hurry. I had some trouble with the wood splitter that kind of delayed everything because it had a hydraulic leak that I don't think I've completely figured out yet. But I don't know. So almost all of the wood for the house is done. That needs 4 rows of wood. So right now there's 3 and a partial. That's mostly oak and beech, which is perfect because it gets the extended burn time in the furnace. So we try and keep the good hardwood for that, and then we'll use whatever in the sugar house. But on the wood splitter, on the back of that valve bank right there, it started leaking. There was like a plug coming out. We tried putting a gasket on the spool. That didn't really fix it. Well, I guess an O-ring on the spool. That didn't fix it. So we put a case drain on the back of it. It's still kind of leaking out of that. This thing's old. I think it was built in the 80s or the 70s, something like that. But it's got a valve on it that you can't beat, so we don't mess with it. You hit the handle, it goes all the way forward and comes all the way back automatically. So we're not messing with it. But we did that. I put a new filter on it, thinking that might have been it. But I don't know. It's kind of the way things, but I'm just running it now. The tires are a little low on air, but that's in case I go out on the beach with it. You've got to be aired down because you need that extra traction. So that's a traction thing at this point. But really it just needs new tires and new spindles because those are just shot. So, but it's gonna finish splitting wood. So gotta get set up here and get going. The neighbors let me cut down a bunch of their trees they were getting rid of. They've got a few more. So this is what's left of what I cut down so far. That'll be close to finishing up the house wood. I may need another one, but I may take down one of mine to do that. We'll see. And then I've got some free stuff out front, mostly red maple that a guy took off a tree job he was doing, so I've got to get that. But these things are pretty big, some of them, so I've been using the tractor to pick them up because I've got the grapple on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna get set up and then get this stuff split. Alright, check the oil on this thing real quick. That's good. Should probably really be changed. No gas. It needs some. that's done, well, this wood is, right off the splitter into the trailer, then I'll move it over. But I gotta go and get something to drink and some Advil because my back is already killing me, which ought to make it for an awesome day. But this should get the housewood done, so we're ahead. By backing right up to the woodshed, it allows me to just pick this trailer up, and the wood slides right down, but the cord is long enough to where I can do it right out here by the trailer. This cord's long enough that it hangs right here, kinda, and I pick it right up. So the wood just slides right down. I've got this wood tailgate that I made that just a ratchet strap holds up so it doesn't slide out on the ground. So now I don't have to bend over again to pick the firewood up. There, housewood's done. So there's 4 rows of housewood there. I think it's like a cord and a quarter, cord and a half a piece, maybe a cord and a third. I don't know, something like that. On that's just housewood. We generally burn 3+ rows, not quite 4. But now there's 3 rows of sugar house wood here. So I'm gonna get ready for another one, but I've got that much wood left from all that. So I'll get this done, then I don't know. It's cruddy out, and I'm probably gonna get pretty wet. But I'll probably do at least 1 more load of sugar house wood because my goal is to be done firewood this week because it's June and it's too late to be doing firewood because it's starting to get hot. So this week's gonna be cooler. Try and get it up. But we gotta get this cleaned up. One thing I try and do every time is after I put down the boards that the wood sits on is I put a nice flat layer of wood across the bottom. That way it doesn't have any teetering spots to start with. I've had a row fall over before. That's not a fun time trying to get out of the way of that. But by doing this, I haven't had trouble. It's just nice flat pieces of wood. Then you can build up from there, but it's not bad. When I was getting the last load of wood up to the splitter, I noticed that one of these fittings up here was leaking, where it goes, the coupler goes on for the third function on the front, so I gotta tighten that up. Somehow I don't think I tightened that thing up at all when I did it. I must have missed that one, but oh well. Well, I think that's it for firewood for a while because now it's pouring. As you can probably hear it on the roof of the woodshed, but looking at the radar, that's not looking awesome. So I'm not getting soaking wet for firewood when it'll still be here tomorrow. So go in, see if I can harass the kids, and we've got to deliver some syrup today, so probably a good day to do that. So I'll catch you in the next one. I'm not sure if it's just me, but does everyone take pride in stacking their wood and having it perfect and lined up just so It looks neat. Or maybe that's just a me thing.